Let's go across to our guests joining us. Tom Varakan of the BJP, Mahima Singh of the Congress Party joining us, Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, Senior Fellow, Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies, and Qamar Cheema, Strategic and Defence Analyst joining us from Pakistan. But I want to begin with Abhijit. Abhijit, the MEA is rubbishing this report. Do you also sense that this is part of some larger international narrative building ahead of the general elections, as the MEA seems to suggest?
Thanks, Shivani. I think it's a lot worse, you see. I think it's the worst kind of yellow journalism of somebody giving somebody a handout. And this lady, without even so much as a basic fact check, has decided to put this up. Remember, till she was made South Asia correspondent, she was an art and culture correspondent with zero exposure to South Asia. Suddenly, from art and culture and covering God knows what hideous exhibition was going on in London to covering South Asia, this is the expertise of the lady in question, number one. Number two, you look at the very first image in that report.
The Riaz Ahmed one.
Now, all it took was literally less than 20 seconds to, crop that on my phone and do a reverse Google image search. And it turned out the Riaz Ahmed is alive and kicking, was actually caught by Indian police in Kashmir. And he's in jail right now. She had already killed him off in the report. Second, the kind of fact checking in the report was so atrocious. She actually said the death of Gurpatwant Pannu. Gurpatwant Pannu, the last I checked, Shivani, was alive and kicking somewhere in New York or Canada.
Yes.
Now, not only have they changed this Gurpatwant Pannu death to Gurpatwant Pannu plot, they have also now removed the image of Riaz Ahmed. And as any creditable newspaper should do, they should always put an editorial note at the bottom to say that these changes have been made and erroneously removed. They haven't even done that. Right? So this is a case of trashy yellow journalism.
But why? Abhijit, the question arises why? And why now?
Well, look, this is your classic case of a woman not getting access in Delhi. Suddenly she got, because, India tends to do this. Foreign correspondents who come here get treated like dirt. Whereas in Pakistan, anybody who lands up in Pakistan, even I have interns of mine from Australia who landed up in Pakistan who were given in those days access direct to General Parvez Musharraf. The Pakistanis treat the Goras as if there's some saviors come to save them for whatever, give them high access, and they get completely, seduced by this kind of access. So I suspect what's happened out here is some guy higher up in wherever in Islamabad has opened up to her, shown her some cooked up dossier or whatever, and she's just decided to put it hook, line and sinker.
So Qamar, is this Pakistan's attempt to somehow play victim in the international... Yes, Abhijit, you wanted to finish very quickly?
This is not the first time it has happened. If you recollect, about 6-7 years back, there was a Washington Post correspondent here called Annie Gowan who did the exact same thing, wrote a completely Pakistani-edited, Pakistani-authored piece, put it up in the Washington Post, and it got banned universally because every single fact there was a fake.
So and social media fact checking is very, very fast these days. So you cannot pull any wool in the eyes of any of the readers anywhere in the world. But it's interesting. If the attempt was either to make India look bad, that is not the effect that this report is going to have. But I'm going to come to that in just a bit. But Qamar Cheema, is this also Pakistan establishment's way of kind of crying victim? Oh, look what the big bad wolf India is doing to us. Not a lot of things are going in your favor. And it seems like, this is another way to kind of, latch on to that whole Nijjar controversy and project as if India is exceeding its boundaries.
Well, for a moment, let's keep Pakistan aside and let me tell you that what is happening in North America. So in the last 50 years, this is first time the raw operation has been closed because the Canadians, the Americans have been asking India that you are interfering, you are killing, you are trying to kill the Americans inside Canada and America. This is not what I am saying. So Matthew Miller just lectured India that you have to give a full report to America on this, that what was this, why the Indian people were involved, or why the Indian deep state was involved in killing Americans. So forget Pakistan. It's not about Pakistan's case.
Okay, but let's come to Pakistan, because mostly Pakistani intelligence sources, so-called intelligence sources have been quoted in this report. So let's come to Pakistan.
Okay, let's fine. Now come to Pakistan. You are not happy with America and Canada because
No,
obviously
we've
that's a
discussed
defeating
that. I've
story.
discussed
I
that ad
understand that's a
nauseum for
defeating
weeks on
narrative.
end, and we
That's
have
a
told the
defeating
Americans
narrative.
and the Canadians the
The
same
State
thing we
Department.
are saying today. But in any case, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You know, the lecture by the Matthew Miller is already with the Indians, and you have to respond to that. But coming to Pakistan, let me tell you, Pakistan's foreign secretary did a press briefing 2 months ago where they said that we have noticed that there have been some suspicious killing with the same pattern, and we have informed the international community, we have informed, I think, the Indians that this must stop. So the question is that we want to ask. Are you impressed by the Jamal Khashoggi's killing? Is this a matter of Ajit Doval sahab? Is this what Prime Minister Modi is propagating, who is asking sabka vikas और पता नहीं क्या क्या बोलते रहते हैं? So you are talking. Are you basically Gandhi sahab's India? Gandhi Sahab is a man of non-violence, and you are the person. You have a leadership which is going in Canada, America, and Pakistan and killing the innocent people. The
Innocent
question here
people.
is that,
You know, I
listen,
began my show by
no,
saying that at
so
least the Guardian did not call them poor
It means your
headmaster's
people are
son.
involved in killing.
At least the
It
Guardian
means
called
your
them
people are
terrorists.
involved in killing.
Small
It means your
mercies.
people are involved in killing. You are saying them innocents. So it means you are accepting they were not innocents, those who have been killed.
They
You
were
are
certainly not
accepting Ms.
innocent.
Shivani.
Many of them were most
You are
wanted in India.
accepting
I'm not
Ms.
denying
Shivani.
that.
You are
I'm not shedding a
accepting
tear
Ms.
for them.
Shivani,
But that
that
doesn't
those
mean
who
I
have
need to
been killed,
accept
they
that
were not
Indians had
innocent.
anything to do with it.
The person who got killed in Canada was not innocent, as you are saying. The
Huh.
20 people who got killed in Pakistan, they were not innocent. This is what the CNN News 18 Ms. Shivani is saying. Those who have been killed, they are not innocent, so they have been
Most
rightly
of them
killed. So
were
this is
most
what we are
wanted in
telling.
India. I'm not going
The
to deny
Guardian
that.
story is all about this.
Innocent people are
The
not most
Guardian story,
wanted in India.
the Guardian story is all
And
about
they don't
this.
run off to
tell the
Pakistan
international
either.
community
They don't
that
operate
Prime
their
Minister
K
Modi,
agenda from Pakistan either.
the Prime Minister Modi and his people, they must stop killing such
Okay.
kind of people. If they have an issue,
So
talk to
Pakistan's
the
made up
government.
its
If they have
mind, of
problems,
course.
talk to the government.
You know, I don't want to go down the road of what all innocence Pakistan has produced and what all they have done in India, because that's going to be another show for another day. But I want to go